Anyhow, now, I mean, you talk to young people these days and they say, come up with stupid words like dysregulation. Now, every single thing is about regulation. Regulating yourself. Regulating. Meaning, before I turn a computer on, make sure what you need is available. Especially when, as we are about to see, this is my communication phone. It's a very old phone. Right, and when I plug in, that happens. Now if I turn it off, if I'm lucky, it allows me. I mean, I've sat and spent literally 10 minutes doing this. Right, if I can get back to the, sometimes it works. Oh no, I don't think it's going to allow me today. Because, oh yes, I've gone back to there. Right, so what I have to do is get it to there. And Samsung have done this horrible, oh, I'm in now. Horrible update whereby, now I'm not going to be able to do it today. I need to get film off. Oh no, I need to be able to get film off here and put it in there. No, I can't do it by Wi-Fi. So, oh, there we go. Now I have to search for USB in settings. Oh yes, and yes, it's allowing it. Okay, no, I'm in the right one. Ah, right. Now, each time you plug the phone in, and it won't keep the setting, you have to go to, there it is. Except only that section of the screen's working. Right, USB settings, transferring every time I re-plug the phone into the laptop. Has it done it? Yes, that is like a miracle. So now, and I have to put the phone somewhere so that the wires won't disconnect. Only now, and this is such a shitty little laptop that it requires, it's only got basically 5 gigabytes of storage. So now I have to, only when it requires about 4 clicks to navigate down to that USB settings, allow file transfer. It's absurd. Never used to do that. You just right. Now I'm going to have to do this so quickly, and really I should have had my glasses on as well, because that's the point. What I was saying, regulation. You have to regulate yourself so that before opening, see, I've got all of these on the camera now that need to be transferred off. Each time I take a film, I've no idea if, and here's the next important bit, I've no idea if I'll ever be able to get into this camera again. Now, so it's going to take about 20 minutes to copy from the camera into the external hard drive. So as I was saying, what does it say? Oh, it says 11 minutes. There you go. So the point is, that might look like just a shambolic. Now, before opening the laptop, I've got to make sure the wire's available, because the wire I usually keep in my backpack. Oh yes, you can see it now. You see that? It's so fucked up because you can't, when the screen's white, it won't allow you to select anything, and only this bottom section. Now, what am I talking about this? It's about £400. Oh, there we go. Oh, right. There you go. It takes about 4 clicks to navigate to select or transfer files. And each time I take a little bit of film or whatever, and they're all so terrible. This is an absurdist work of mad performance art. But I've no idea if next time it may not even allow me to get back in, because the screen may go to the next level. It went to this level of madness about 3 or 4 weeks ago. So my point, when you've got a difficult situation, you think beforehand. And the most important thing of all, actually, is you only do this quite difficult task. I mean, I literally have spent, sometimes it's taken me 10 minutes of fucking around with this screen. I've had to turn the camera, turn the phone off and on, and like, it's just almost random. Because I'm going to come to that last little important bit next. But you've got to think beforehand. What am I going to need to do the function? Are those things out? Because every time you open the laptop, you're using battery. Somebody's looking at me. So I've been, not rumbled, there's nothing wrong with parking here. And in fact, he's got his camera out. I hate it all. So the point being that now the next little problem is that, yes, I can't move for 10 minutes. So prior to turning everything on, make sure you've had a pee, make sure anything else that you need is done, because literally, I mean, if I hadn't been filming this, the most boring film in the history of the universe ever, yes, somebody's actually filming out their window. Yeah. If I hadn't been filming this, I would have put the laptop up there so that I could, because the most important thing of all is this wire, it literally cannot be moved, because every little bit of this consumer tech is so disastrous that it can so easily disconnect if it's moved. Now, why am I in a hurry to do this today? Because I happen to know, not at this spot, but 2 kilometers away, there is the best signal in the whole area, and I'm going to spend the night there. So it's all just about being methodical. That's all it is. And I'm not talking about actually as being somebody making bits of film. Oh, I'll come back to the point that I was saying into that camera a moment ago. Why am I talking like this? I don't normally talk like this because I'm in a hurry. That's the thing I hate. This is the true Zen. You have to, just to capture a little bit of interesting, all I'm interested in is philosophy. Like, what is real mindfulness, even though that we can't use that word because it's been stolen, but they're all in there doing it. And they're not, believe me. Breathe. Yes, as I was saying, if you're going to persist without freaking out, I'm never stressed. Never. I'm never in a hurry. I'm only in a hurry when I speak into this silly camera, because every time the laptop's open or the phone's on, recording anything, it's draining battery. And I don't like to go to their public spaces to recharge my stuff. The public spaces are so horrid, frankly. So, but I've known that for years. That's no big crisis. So it's just about thinking before you do something. All these horrible words: ergonomics, rationalization, pondering, so that you get through things with the absolute minimum of fuss and bother. And also, what's much more important to me, getting the clothes out that I'm going to be wearing for the next few days to air, so that I smell just about acceptable. Blah, blah, blah. What was I going to say? I was going to say something. Yes. All I've cared about, and it's impossible. It's impossible in this land. It's totally impossible. Like 4 or 5 times in the last 15 years, actually no, about 7 times, I've had friendships or even relationships, wrong word, spent time with. Ideally, no, it must be a woman, okay, who's working with you to try and make a really good film. I know there's nothing online that really gets into the heart of it. If you're on I mean, in the last 2 weeks, I've actually spent about 30 hours on social enterprises in just the kind of
unpaid. It'll come to nothing. Just really on behalf of somebody else. Um, and I'm only free to do that, despite very cold weather last week. I'm only free to do that because I'm so bloody organised. My energy is so always perfect that I've got the space, the energy, the capacity to do it. Yes, there is nothing. I a year ago, it was a year ago. Yeah, a year ago. Yeah. I met my ex friend. Oh, we'll make up. Well, we'll we'll find that next stage of like we've got more about us that's similar than dissimilar. Anyway, she was told just be friends. No, no. God, they hold grudges. If you say anything honest about them, no, somebody truly let the side down. So for their own good, it had to be said. Anyway, yeah. So she in a mess, 67, pretending all is well. So I spent about 2 months trying to nudge her, just guide her a bit, instruct her. No, instruct's the wrong word. Just inform her about how to do it. If she's got to live in a van, it's very, very much on the cards, unless she's managed to screw more money out of the system, which I never do. Oh yeah, I was going to say something about. See, it's nearly done now. Uh, Somebody chucked in €100. It's like that. I don't feel a responsibility to carry on, but actually, bizarrely, the energy is better when you're really on the edge. That's the weirdest thing of all is when you really, it's so precarious. You've got a tenner in your pocket and you've somehow got to hustle along the goddamn tightrope, and you don't know when you're going to get your next little bit of money if somebody's honest about employing you to do something. Funny enough, that's when it works even better. And yes, so on behalf of her, a year ago, I started to look around all sorts of van life videos on YouTube, etc. They're all so bourgeois. They're all operating. I mean, it's frankly arrogance because the Southerners take over everything. They SEO everything. They've got the time and the money to sit there and dominate the fucking internet. Okay, you want as many people as possible, but particularly, for example, a kid who might need to buy a year of downtime, of space, of being able to relax. It takes a long time to actually get into the mode of relaxing. And nobody's there saying how to absolutely persist, keep going in kind of a van kind of situation on the absolute minimum, the absolute minimum. Because basically it's all become about a kind of snobism. Of course you're going to be able to afford £1,000 worth of their electrical units that they use, blah, 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 blah. The end. Yes. So for 15 years I wanted to find somebody who'll just like, and I know I meet plenty of females especially who will say, oh yeah, I could do that, I'd be really interested in doing that. Well, let's make a good little bit of film about how to transition into accepting, and I've seen somebody do it. It's all quite amusing and interesting and fun. How to transition into being totally as free as possible, free of all constraints, having to follow any pattern, which I don't. I literally just breeze around, intending to work here and there, and then people just fuck you around. But that just makes me laugh. That's the reality of this awful society. Why I would encourage anybody to achieve as much potential genuine freedom as possible. And what it's all about is accepting you gotta poo in a pan, which I never even, I leave my poo pan full for 3 or 4 days. I forget it's there. All the rest of it I don't even think about where I spend the night. The only thing me particularly, because for 30 years I lived in the middle of nowhere, basically, as long as I'm somewhere where there's no traffic noise. Otherwise, I don't even think about anything.
There we go. The end.